Make a move, make it matter.
Yeah.
Forget the rest.
How y'all feeling back?
You're rocking with the best radio station on the planet. SDM Live Unplugged.
Y'all keep on the cable?
Good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you all to Boss Talk, the podcast. I'm Tez Williams, the credible host, here to fill y'all with the most. I'm going to start off with a message I wrote on my way over to the studio today. Y'all leave a comment and let me know if you receive it and how does it make you feel. Who you are becoming is more important than who you've been. Hold on to this mindset and build on it consistently. Challenge yourself to move forward into becoming the person you're destined to be, and the world around you will change. That's my message for today. Let's introduce the rest of y'all to the host.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Marcel Sanchez. Follow me on Instagram at Sell the Builder. Add me on Facebook at Marcel Sanchez Sr. I am a contractor. I'm redeveloping the East Side, the 48205 zip code to be in specific. Shout out to Brick Boys. Shout out to AAA Real Estate Investments, and shout out to Detroit.
Yeah, man, it's Jalen James. Jalen, a realtor. I'm a real estate agent and a real estate investor. Any property from $10,000 to maybe even a couple $1 million, definitely give me a call. I'm looking forward to listing, buying, and helping you with all your real estate needs. Definitely give me a contact. Shout out to Front Page Properties and also shout out to Mirror Home Inspections. They both do my business very great amount.
I'm Stefan Akins. I'm a real estate agent with Front Page Properties. Shout out to them. Let's get it. I've been a real estate agent for a minute now. I'm into real estate investing as well. Let's go ahead and pass it on to Tess.
Hey, you pass it on to Cliff. I'm Clifford Wallace III. I'm a businessman. I'm known as a money man. So my company is Financial Solutions Business Management. You can catch us as fsbmanagement.com. We get people money, lots of money, grants. Some of it's free. We also get loans. We're doing some great deals on loans, 30 years with a low interest rate. So if you need something, we got you. We can help you to develop your business from A to Z. And I'm here with the Boss Talk crew.
That's good.
Okay, so today's topics, we are doing intro to real estate. So we're going to be discussing key topics like realtoring with realtors, contractors.
Realtoring?
Yeah. That's a word, ain't it?
Nah,
Realtor.
Almost.
Realtor is a word by itself.
either
It's
real
actually
estate agent or
trademarked, too.
realtor.
Okay, so we got two great realtors here on our show as hosts. So we're going to let them get off into it. But I do want to, the other key topics that we have is realtors, contractors, investors, and fix and flip. So we're going to pass it off to Jalen. I'm going to ask him a couple questions as well. And that's just how we're going to kick the show off. Let's go.
Yeah, man, I just want to talk to everybody at the round table and everybody who watching. Real estate investing is always great. Real estate may not be your only venture, but it's a good venture to venture off into. Regardless of who you are, what step in life you at, everyone in this world, whether you small, big, any size, you're going to need real estate. A kid is going to need a roof over their head. A man is going to need a roof over their head. Woman, a senior, anyone, even people with special needs. So they're all going to require real estate in some type of way. Regardless if you buying low, selling high, whatever your position is, you're going to need it. And somebody else on this earth is going to need it. So it's always good to have some property. It's a good asset to have. It's kind of less risky than the stock market, I would say, because regardless, as long as you don't sell your real estate for that price, you always going to have it. Right. Even if the value of your real estate may only be $10,000 this year, 5 years from now, you may really get that 50, 100,000, million, because I just seen it happen many a times. So, real estate basics, I'm trying to let everyone know that real estate is a good investment because it's an asset that everyone on this earth needs. And they don't make more of it. The reason people say that all the time is because any other asset can be developed. As you see now with money, with the stimulus checks, they're going to be able to print more money. So they can't print more land. It's a difference in the two. Right now, the rate that we going and everybody getting their hands on real estate, it's eventually going to always go up because it's going to be a piece of property owned by everybody and not just the government or the city or state that the real estate is in.
Okay.
Got a few questions for me, Ted. That was the basic intro, just the real estate and real estate investing.
Right to real estate investing.
So let's get right into it. So why should I, as a consumer, why should I buy versus rent when I'm still paying taxes on the property?
So when you get a mortgage on a home, you don't pay property taxes out of your pocket that one big time like you do when you just own the house with cash, right. So if I get a mortgage on a home, I was just showing a home about an hour and a half of going Southfield. The taxes were about $3,000. That's actually looped into your mortgage. They divide that $3,000 by 12 and prorate it. So if your mortgage payment is $750, you paying your taxes and your home insurance.
Right.
And I was just telling a younger couple who I was showing the home to, when you update your house, it's different from updating anything. You could put spinners on your car all day. I ain't saying spinners, it's 2021. You could put speakers in your car all day. You can upgrade the motor. You can get a 797 Hellcat, anything. You know what I'm saying, anything. But over time, that's going to depreciate. I was telling a couple of every dollar you put in your home, you're going to see again at one point.
Okay.
So if I get this home, my mortgage is $600. I buy it at about $120,000, right? To say if I get some recessed lights, we got recessed lights in here. I update the floor, update the kitchen. I'm gonna see every dollar that I put into it at the minimum, but you're gonna see more profit as well. So if I update this house, when I get some extra money, like my income tax return, when I list this house 5 years from now, the value of the home might go up, then the actual home itself value increase. So that's why I said real estate is always going to be there, because regardless, when I'm showing these homes, it's a lot of new builds I show too, but majority somebody else lived it in the past. They got their value out of it. They sold it at 150. You could bring the value higher if you wanted to as a consumer. It's just a difference. Every dollar you put into that home, you're going to see again. So it's always a good investment. Another question I definitely answer.
That's facts. That's invest your money into real estate because you're going to see a return.
All right. So my question to you, Jalen, is what is some ways to invest in real estate far as for new individuals?
So
what would be the best way to get in the game for a person who looking to buy a property as an investment property?
So it depends on what financial level you at, but I can break down to about 4 to 5 ways. My fault, y'all. I can break down to about maybe 40 ways if we wanted to talk and sit with a client for a consultation and you really was playing with a big portfolio of money or just assets. So if you basic, you got a couple $1,000s, I would direct you to either call me, I can get you a list of investments, or you can go on the Detroit Land Bank. Like, this is a good reason to listen to Boss Talk, because that was just a gem that I dropped. The whole city majority know about land bank. They claim they do, but there's still $1,000 homes out here. If I only had about $5,000 and want to jump into real estate, I would just buy me a land bank property. I would try to get licensed. Trying to get licensed is always good too, but it's a different type of grind. If they know, they know. If they don't, they don't. But just at my basic 5,000, I would go on land bank and I would either pick up $1,000 home. It may not be 1,000. I'm gonna let you know off ribs. So many people know about the $1,000 homes. It's a bidding war now. You may end up paying $3,000, $4,000 for the home, even higher if it's a good brick property.
You can buy own and now.
Because there's a lot of people. Go ahead, my bad, Ted. Go ahead.
No, I said you can buy own and nows, and my key to that is if they selling them for 1,000, why not buy them for 1,000?
Right, on and now is the same thing though. But
there's no auction in that.
But the majority of the on and nows, this is my personal opinion, they always sitting for a reason. Either the damage is more than what the actual home gonna be worth fixed up, or it's just like on a horrible block.
Right.
Good point.
Yep. So real estate, your block is a good thing to look at when investing. It's just even if it's occupied or not, that's a good thing to look at. You should draw out a block before you buy it. But if you do go and build Detroit, I would maybe, even if you want to do your first test run, get that family member that know a little bit about contracting. If they mess up, it ain't gonna be too bad. You got a lesson learned. Right. But I would let them start working on the house for me. You can maybe either put a tenant in it or definitely get in contact with me before you make an offer. And I would let you know once you fix it up how much we could sell it for once you repaired it.
Okay.
My question again is, what do you say to those people? Because you know it's a lot of people who don't like land bank homes, and
I didn't
because of the process. So what do you say to the people who say, I don't want a land bank home. I want to buy a home where I don't have to go through a process where if I could lose my home in 90 days because I didn't start fixing it up?
I would say call me, regardless of the fact I advertise myself a lot. I schedule consultations so I can get actual time with the public, talk to them. I make a time out of my day to really speak with you and see what would be the best for you.
Right.
Because I don't want to see you in no bad position. I want referrals from you, and I also just want you to actually win, because it's a lot of younger people out here winning in real estate so many different ways. So as the land bank, I would just say, if you don't want to go through the land bank, give me a call. I can get you a list of investment properties under 10 grand, over 10 grand. You just gonna get what you can see, because the $10,000 house, it ain't gonna be what people picture. And sometimes you may catch a steal. The market is a mystery to all of us. We don't know what's gonna be for sale tomorrow.
Right. Okay.
Right. All right, so just give us a breakdown, step by step for real estate, buying a house.
I got you.
You want to do this?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
So step to step buying a house, first and foremost, what you want to do is get pre-approved for a loan. When you're buying a house, that's always the first.
Yep. So I'm gonna give it back to you too. So getting pre-approved is either two ways you can do this. Right now, if you work a 40-hour job like the majority of the U.S., you can get pre-approved as long as your credit is in the right position. If you work for yourself, I'll give you an example. Our entrepreneur sitting at the table, Tez, he had this business for some years. As long as he has a business bank account and he filed taxes, just showing that he earned some income, he can get pre-approved for a mortgage. 2 years of filed taxes on a business, or maybe 1 year and some change, especially if it's going toward December.
Right.
So once you got those in order, if you own a business or if you just work a job, you collecting your pay stubs, make sure your credit currently is March 2nd of 2021, you at least need a 600. They may go up. That's why I just dropped the data on them. So 600 credit score and just showing some work history or income earned from your business, you're pre-approved. I'm back to Stefan.
And another thing, just letting everybody know, getting pre-approved is the first step to the process. So we want to get pre-approved if you're looking to buy a house, not cash. So if you're looking to go the mortgage route, we want to get pre-approved.
You can always use cash. Nobody's stopping you. If you got 300 grand, come to us with 300 grand. I'm going to sit down with you and I'm going to make sure that you be able to buy a good asset.
Right.
Okay, so after I'm pre-approved, what's my next steps?
Your second step is, let's go back to the pre-approval, because I want to explain to people what pre-approval actually help in the process. Because right now we're in the seller's market. So being in the seller's market, people got to understand the inventory is very low, and it's a lot of people buying property right now. So just getting pre-approved helps you in the process to actually be able to find a home faster. It helps you when it's time to come to the offer. You know, when you put in your offer in, it helps you present a stronger offer. And it also eliminates wasting a lot of time. So that pre-approval is, like I said, the first step, and it's a real important step. The second step is finding an agent. That's what me and Jalen is for.
Well, I was going to cut them off, but I was going to say you can contact us before you get pre-approved.
Well, yeah, you can definitely contact us before getting pre-approved, because we got lenders. We can refer you to some good lenders if you don't have a lender. And like I said, the second step is finding an agent. That's finding me or Jalen. And what you do with that is we take it from there. We help you in the home search process.
I'm going to answer the question again. So once you are pre-approved, what he said about wasting a lot of time, a client that's pre-approved, if we already got you pre-approved and you sending me houses on Zillow, that's good. Send me all the houses. We can go look at them tomorrow. If you're sending me homes and you haven't been pre-approved, I don't want to hurt your feelings, because if I don't get you pre-approved in a day or two, we're going to lose that exact home. Because the way the market is, if what he's saying about seller's market is, if we go in and show a house that's fully updated, any good location, it's going to be other buyers there. They're going to be maybe starting a bidding war. So be prepared to maybe make strong offers, big EMDs. EMDs, if you don't know, is good faith money. People want to see that. Good faith money is just money that goes towards your closing costs. So be ready to just put up. If your total closing cost is $6,000, you may put up a $1,500 EMD going towards the money, going towards the closing cost, my mistake. And if you don't buy the home, you do get that money back. So it's just like a deposit on the home. Be ready to put up a deposit. Be ready to look at multiple homes, and you may not get that dream home. Right now in today's market, if you don't get the dream home, I would just recommend you to get something that's a cheaper price and you update it yourself. Make it that home. You may see a 2,400 square foot home that's fully updated. It's the one, but it's 50 offers on it. You may see a 2,400 square foot home that's not updated. You maybe can go for that one and update it, and you just bring the value yourself.
Yeah, dreams you definitely got to build. I agree with that.
I definitely agree with that. But I also tell people myself, I tell people, Jalen, like, let's not buy the home if you don't love it. So if you don't love it, I don't want you to buy it, because you got to understand, locking themselves into a 15 or 30-year mortgage, and if you gonna commit to something,
but listen, you about to steer people wrong. With the 30-year term, that's just until your house is paid off. If you buy a house today, you can sell it tomorrow. We don't want to steer people. I'm gonna drop that gem on the podcast.
But what I'm saying is, if you commit to something, you committing to something. If that's what you're expecting to do, commit to something for 30 years. I'm just saying, let's make sure you love
you're scaring people, bro. You're not committing to it for 30 years.
That's true.
You just saying that when I get pre-approved for a mortgage, it's gonna be 30 years until this home is $0 owed to the bank. You can sell the house tomorrow, as long as you sell it for what you got a mortgage for or more. So let people know that you're not committing to nothing. I'm gonna personally purchase another condo next year, and I'm probably gonna live there for 2 years. I might update the bathroom, and I'm going to another one. You can do that with a mortgage. So just let people know you can jump from home to home with a mortgage. You're not committed to it for no amount of time. If I wanted to buy this house,
committed to the home, right?
You're right. If I wanted to buy this house tomorrow and I know this house is just worth way more than what I'm paying, I could buy it tomorrow, put it on the market the next day.
Yeah, and sell it.
Spicy.
But to clarify that, once you put it back on the market, you do gotta pay that money back to the bank.
But no, you paying.
You can take the difference though. That's the part of
Yeah. So what do you mean by pay it back to the bank? Is if I got a mortgage for $75,000, I at least got to sell the home for what I owe to the bank. Right. So if I didn't live in there 5 years at $75,000, I may have paid down about 16, 17 grand.
Right.
I can sell the house for, I give you 15 grand off of 75, that's 60 grand. As long as I'm selling it for above 60 grand, I'm good. There you go.
And you walk away with profit. So
yep, you will. You probably will, especially if you sell it for the same 75. You're getting all your mortgage payments back. So if you're going to ask that question, mortgage over rent, you always going to see the money that you've been paying on your mortgage again. So if I stay in the house for 30 years fully, and the house is worth 100 grand when I bought it, I can sell it for 100 grand. I don't owe the bank nothing. I get a full 100 grand.
Right. So in what ways would I see my money again?
Whenever you sell the home. Whenever you sell the home, you see your money again. Whether you sell it for the same amount or more. If I was renting the same side for 10 years, I don't own nothing. I own door 411 for 12 months until they kick me out if I stop paying them. And then the thing is with rent, if you pay 10 years worth of rent is 800. Just say 800 times 12, it's about 10 grand, maybe a little bit over 10 grand. 10 years times 10 grand is 100,000. You could have bought $100,000 house and you could have keyed the same 100 again and again.
Right.
So you got any other questions? I just want people buying a home. I don't want to steer you no wrong. I want to actually sit down and talk to you about all the ins and outs, but it's always a win because you own real estate. You own it. Don't even think. You just owe a mortgage payment. You don't owe nobody. Paying mortgage payments also boosts your credit. It and owning property helps you in taxes. It gives you benefits in taxes. Like you may get a couple of discounts and pay cuts. And also just you're going to be seeing your money in return again, no matter the size that you want. A lot of smart people going to update the home and sell it for more. Even if you're not smart, you just want somewhere to live. I just seen people win. I drop an example, then I'll let y'all finish talking. I got a client that bought a condo 2 years ago for 75. She stayed in it. She bought it when the market was first on the rise, right? She wasn't trying to invest in real estate, nothing. She bought it 2 years ago. Closed. She called me and said, Jalen, hey, I want to list this condo. I ran the numbers and condos that same size was selling for $130,000. We sold for $130,000 and she bought it at $75,000. She walked away with $50 grand.
Right.
And she didn't mean to do it. That's all from just purchasing a home. So it happens.
All right. So my question, again, I got another question. All right. So the way the market moving right now, the way it's looking, really good to me in my eyes right now is seller's market. But with these evictions, the eviction lift, what you think about that eventually when that happened, when they start evicting people again and all these foreclosures start to happen?
So as long as you are handling your business, or just saying what I mean by handling your business is you're producing enough to live life, you're going to be in a good position regardless. Okay. So if the real estate investor who going to go the rental property route, rent is going up. Y'all tell me, call me. I want y'all to DM me at Jalen Arrears. If you could find something for rent in Detroit for $600 where you want a great area, great block, I want you to call me. Don't scare me. You might get in a duplex. You might have half a unit for $600. No. But you might though. No, 2-bedroom maybe for $600-700. I'm making up an epiphany.
To me then.
I will. Yeah, I'm making up an epiphany though. You may not find nothing for rent. What I was saying is,
but you can find a mortgage for $600.
Anyway, listen, a mortgage for $600, that's $100,000 home with cheap taxes. You could just. My grandma I'm trying to get her pre-approved. I spoken this too soon. I'm trying to move my grandma to a new house right now. I'm gonna pay her closing costs for her, man. So
that's dope.
Right. She said she can afford $700 a month. Well, she said that the lender said we can get $120,000 house. She was too happy. $120,000 in Detroit. Yeah. That's a nice home, man.
I hope y'all are hearing this. That's real information.
And the value of homes. The value is up of them homes. So
yeah, right. So go ahead, Tess.
Y'all getting the information. I just want y'all to make sure y'all take heed to this and make sure y'all tapping in and using this information. This is very great information for the Black community, for us to have and to us to share with each other, amongst each other.
Yeah, and the reason that it's so thorough in my head, like I hear this stuff every day and I live it. So I'm seeing all my clients who close, and I don't gotta disclose or say out loud their mortgage payments, but I got clients right now. Client closed at 84,000. He spent 2,400 in closing costs thanks to me. Any other realtor, they might be able to give you some help, but I got a lot of client some money from the seller to close, and his $84,000 home, he only spends about $490 a month. His tax is only $800.
Right.
$490 for an $84,000 house.
That's good.
So
That's real good. What area?
That's good credit.
that's why I want to disclose the client. He might watch this. So I'm just saying he's in a good area though. His block is fully occupied, no vacant homes.
No vacant homes. Okay. All right. Can you on a roll? Can you elaborate on down payments? Talk about it.
Okay, so I'm gonna definitely shout out another person on this podcast, the whole Flagstar Bank. Y'all have a great program going on right now. If you have a 600 credit score, you got 3 different utility. I don't know if we can use utilities no more. Payments that's on your credit that you paid on time. We can use those and let the lender, the bank, know that you've been paying them on time. I wipe away your down payment. I've been having clients close with zero down payment. You still got to bring money, but you don't have a down payment. Traditional buying a home, you either got a 3.5% down payment or a 10.
Right.
So you either FHA or conventional. So money down wise, right now, if a client has at least 2,500, it will be a dog fight for me to work with you, but I will. 2,500 is the minimum. At least 2,500. You gonna have 2,500 for your security deposit. So,
so you're saying $2,500 with what was my price range is $100,000 house.
2,500. I say at the max, you probably can spend about 120 grand. Yeah, 2,500. Okay. Call me 2,500. I'll work with you.
So, what would a person need to have if they pay no down payment? They got $100,000 house. What would be all of their costs?
So it depends on the taxes on your home. If you got a $100,000 house, $1,000 taxes. Say your winter is about $200. Your summer tax is $800. Your taxes $1,000 in total. You're gonna need about maybe $3 grand, maybe about $3 to $4 grand, because you're gonna pay closing costs, you're gonna pay taxes, and you're gonna pay home insurance. So I say about $3 to $4 grand. You get you $100,000 home. You happy, definitely, and you're gonna pick something that you want because $100,000 in Detroit, you looking good, and a few areas too, because maybe Redford, you can get something for 110, 120. That's nice as well.
What's the monthly?
What's the monthly? At 100,000, if the taxes are low, you're at 500. If the taxes are high, you may be at 6, 7, 8. All depend on the taxes and home insurance. That's a big impact on your monthly mortgage payment.
Okay. All right. Real talk. Well, what about
we're gonna drop contact information in the comments, just to make sure everybody got that info.
Sweet if it pop on the screen right now.
Can we do that?
What you about to say?
No, I was just going to ask you about credit. People are concerned about credit. What kind of credit do they need? How clear does it need to be? What's the 411?
So Cliff, he is a good person to come to for your credit. I've been hearing about all the things he's been doing recently, and he definitely helps people. So a good thing credit-wise you guys should do, if you get anything in your name, whether it's a credit card, car, home, rent, bill, utility bill, I can name a lot of different things you can get your name. Make sure you're making your payments on time. And a lot of the communities the people that we know, they don't know the true meaning of having a credit card. If you get a limit of $100, you should only spend about $30-$40. Right. 40 is where you just need the 40 at the moment.
Credit utilization. That's what it's called.
Yep.
Keep it low.
You want to keep that low, and what we can do for you at Financial Solutions, we can make an impact to your credit in 30 days. In 60 days, we can pretty much have you where you need to be. In 90 days, we can take you as far as you can go. And that's because of the digital age. We can do things that once took a lot longer. Mail-in letters, that's over for us. We're a fintech company. So with that, we can get everything done online. It's a quick impact. Let's say you don't have a credit card. We can get you trade lines. Those trade lines will bring your credit up. We can get them on your credit within 2 weeks. So we're very affordable on all of that. We can clean your credit for $300 and get you a great credit trade line for $300. So we're killing the game in credit. We're making it happen fast, and we're doing the job right. So credit is extremely important. If you need to see us, come to Financial Solution, fsbmanagement.com.
Cool, man. Yep. So the mortgage process right now, everybody looking at about a 600 credit score. And if you got more questions or concerns, you can contact me. My social medias are Jalen the Realtor, and my email address is Jalen, JLENTHE, realtor@gmail.com. Stefan is also a good outlet. If you ask for Stefan personally, I'll send you his contact info. I want to switch the podcast over. I got a few questions for Marcel. So
hold on, I got more questions. I got more questions.
How many more questions you got? I do want to link something to sell about Contractor.
Okay, we're gonna get into that. But my question for you is, Jalen, I like what you're doing here. What do you right now offer to the real estate world that's gonna set you apart?
So I got a lot of personalization, and I'm managing my time better. So a lot of clients who called me in the past, I'd have been so bundled up. I haven't just what's the word for it? We doing it your day. We scheduling it out. What's the word
Planning.
for it? Kind of planning a bit. I've been planning on my days more. So if a client calls me, I may tell you we're gonna talk again tomorrow. I'm not doing that to be selfish or I'm just not in the mood. I'm doing that so I can actually have time to speak with you. Like to actually see your whole situation. What's the time frame you need to move? You're looking to invest. I want to be able to focus on you. Right. So that's gonna probably set me aside. And I'm like, I ain't go, you can't really, I don't brag on myself too much. I really should, but I don't.
You got to.
Nah, bro, I be chilling. Like my mom and dad, like tell me, like I be chilling, man. Like really, I a true go getter. Like, cause I done probably talked to half of the city of Detroit about real estate. Like, not just talking. At least I can't name the number, but I'm always pitching myself to people, and people know about me. Even people that I don't know be talking about me. I hear it a lot. So I'm just saying that I'm definitely gonna keep up with the pace of my business. I'm always taught the clients, I'm gonna treat everybody with the same respect, whether you buy something for $20,000 or I done had clients buy something for $300,000 or $400,000. Like I even had prospects at like $3 or $4 million. I didn't close with them, but I still got the same respect for them as somebody who's spending 10 grand.
Okay. All right. So hook us up. Give us a major deal you've achieved.
Major deal I closed. All eyes was against me. I sold my clients their home in Southfield. We had a lot of stuff against us, maybe time, even money. I got a lot of help from the seller. I was negotiating with, and we closed. I got deals where I threaded the needle in contracts. I had some deals that I even bought myself that the seller was like, if you don't close by tomorrow, we're not closing. And I actually made it happen. That's one thing. I bought a couple.
They was on the time schedule?
Yeah, when I'm sending over a contract to somebody, it's a time frame. If I violate the contract, I may not be able to buy the home, or I lose that good faith money I was telling you about earlier. Okay. So one big accomplishment, I bought 3 homes in my neighborhood. I sold one of them. I still own 2 of them right now, and I'm working on one right now as we speak. I'm finishing up, so I should be on the market in a few days. That's like a beautiful accomplishment. I didn't go to the bar. I didn't celebrate. I bought this house right around the corner from my childhood house. Like it's right between Puritan and 6 Mile. And I'm from Puritan. So yeah, it's big on that.
Shout out to that. We're gonna celebrate, bro.
Once I celebrate, I want to do the. Bro, I'm different, bro. I ain't gonna. If somebody even give me a record deal, like if I was rapping, I'm not gonna post to the check to clear my account. Then we pop it bottles. You know what I'm saying? I ain't waiting. You know what I'm saying? I gotta wait till the leg work is done before you brag. That's a lot of people's problem, but that's personal. We ain't gonna get into all that.
I feel you. You definitely gotta make sure the deal is done, because you don't want other things to get in the way of that.
Yeah, the question was about the gym though. I just want to say something that made me different. The last thing is just I really got a passion for what I do. I was in this world, I did not know what my passion was, and once I came across the business of being a real estate agent, real estate investor, like talking to clients, buying homes, selling homes, it clicked. Like I didn't know what it was, and it's all God, because there was nobody who told me you should do this. I was just brainstorming one night, and I really didn't know where to turn or where area to go to, and God led me in this direction. So. Definitely, I'm Christian, man. So I don't know if everybody can believe in God watching podcasts, but
so if somebody wanted to get into real estate, what would you tell them? Like a new guy who just wanted to,
they can contact me
and get in that way.
So
not buying a house yet, but he want to get educated and
making money off real estate. Yeah, I got people in my DM all day. I'm always sending them in the right direction. So we're gonna do a consultation. Just say if you wasn't selling homes yourself and you contacted me, I'm gonna say, what is your end goal? Do you want to make a lot of money? Do you want to help clients? Do you want this to be full time? And I can even talk to them. Like, if been people DM me lately. Back in the past, I was not quick to get them all the information. But if you DM me with a quick question, I'll respond to you.
Okay, then that's dope. That's dope.
That's what's up.
Okay, so
Hell, you all right down there, man?
I'm good. I'm chilling.
I'm
chilling.
You gotta mix this up, Ted.
No, I'm
I
good.
like this.
You ain't
I like
came with no
this.
questions for me either.
I got you.
All right.
I got you. Don't just sit tight. So,
Right
Stefan, I want you to explain to me the types of real estate that I can acquire.
Okay, well, you got commercial, you got residential, and getting into residential, it's different types of residential properties. So I'm not sure how you asking that question, but are you talking about fix and flips?
Just types of
just
real
becoming
estate.
a homeowner.
You saying like what you just answered? Residential,
Yeah, you
commercial,
got residential, commercial,
and vacant land.
yeah, vacant land, and then other things inside of residential. So you could do simple things like fix and flips. If you want to get more in detail, you could do rent to own, find and turnkey properties. It's a lot of ways to get into real estate.
Yeah, I answer your question. You got residential, vacant land, and also commercial. Basically, residential is the average home, and it can be a duplex. A duplex is where it's 2 units, where 2 different families live in a home, or 2 different people who may not have no interest with each other. You can get triplex. I don't know if I said that right.
Triplex.
Yeah, triplex, quadruplexes, which is 4 units, and
Or
so far and so
multifamily.
forth.
After 4 units,
Apartment buildings,
multifamily, right?
and multifamily is still a duplex too.
Yeah.
Okay, but all right. So what about to get a loan? It's considered a multi-unit after 4 units.
No, it's a multi.
Or no, my bad. Apartment. So it's considered an apartment after 4 units.
It can be. Yeah, they ain't put no legal on it saying like, oh, this 5 units. This is not a multifamily no more. This is a commercial apartment. They don't say that, but people do say that. If this
All right.
is
So
5,
with a
6
mortgage
units,
loan, I can still get approved as a single residential if it's 4 units.
Yeah,
so I can still buy a 4-unit building. You see what I'm saying? As a single individual.
Yeah,
and get a regular loan on it.
And you up and pay the loan back how you would a mortgage. So I'm gonna drop a real gem on the podcast so we can switch subjects. Like a lot of people end goals is to own an apartment bills. Don't think that that's too far out of reach. What you need to do is you can need to make a day where you're not doing nothing and go sit down at 3 or 4 banks. Chase, PNC, those are bigger banks, but the smaller banks and credit unions, they will actually get you financing to purchase apartment bills. And it's common sense. Like, the finance is not as hard as you think. You may get a big 16, 17 unit, your mortgage payment may be $4,500, but those 16 tenants may be paying you $9,000, and you be set for life off that. Then once you pay it off, you got a whole apartment bill worth $500,000-$600,000. Or even you could sell it before you pay it off for more because the values are going up. Apartment bills are getting harder and harder to find. A commercial game is a good game, a big game. So
Monopoly.
Yeah. So I would just say, if you got the end goal on an apartment bill, don't just keep dreaming about it or think you got to hit the lottery to own apartment bills. You need to go get financed. You can go get financed on any of your dreams. And I know Cliff and me was talking about that when I first linked with him, having a business plan and a proposal. You can take that to the bank and they will respect you. Long as your paperwork is good, you've been paying back your personal loans and got good personal credit, you good.
All day long. So, you prime for that because you have a history in buying and selling properties. And that's what banks look for. Do you know what to do with this money? So, that's real important. When it comes to buying property, my question is, we didn't touch on building a house. What does that look like?
I wouldn't have passed this to Marcel because this is a builder, brick mason, contractor. This is the overall guy for a contracting thing. So let's talk about the basics. So I talk about when you get pre-approved for a mortgage, you can't purchase a new build home with the same pre-approval that me and Stefan was talking about. So talk about how when a person is pre-approved and the funds are already deposited into the builder's account, and you're supposed to start this couple month process of building a home. What's your first steps?
So the first step is you need to contact an architect. You need a professional plan, a house that's laid out with a blueprint so you know exactly what you're building. Step 2, you got to take a budget and see how much you're approved for. So let's say you get approved for $200K. you can use the whole 200K to build the house, and the house might be worth 500K.
So it's not your job to get in contact with the architect either. When you get in contact with us, we get in contact with the builder for you. So the builder will probably reach out to you.
More than likely, most builders already have an architect on hand that they like to deal with that are, we do a relationship with pretty often. So usually a builder will build the same type of houses, usually the same 3 or 4 blueprints, just to keep it going and keep it easy.
So back to his question, when I do start building a home, what's your first steps? Are you digging out the foundation first, or are you doing the bones building up? What are you doing?
So first you need to find the land and see what your budget is. You don't want to build a $500,000 house when the value of the area is worth $60,000. It don't make no sense. So you can have a basement that'll add on about $20,000-$30,000 because that's expensive. Most people, you can build a new house for about $50,000 if you don't want a basement. So the first thing you do is lay that foundation slab and you build it on up, whether it's brick, siding, however you want it. You pick where the land is, pour that foundation, decide if you want a basement or not. If you're going to get a basement, you dig that foundation up and build that and build on top. If not, you lay a flat foundation and pop that thing up.
Okay, yeah. I think who you hang around is a lot, because I just sitting here, I'm thinking deep. You can really finance anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So if you watching this podcast, a big Jim is keep your personal stuff together. Don't go on that shopping trip if you know you got bills that you need to pay off, your phone bill, something. Keep your credit good, man, because all these dreams we talking is easy to come true. If one lender turn you down, the next one won't. So just keep your credit and personal credit history in order, man, because you can get financing for anything.
Well, that's a good point. When you deal with lenders, you want to ask them to do a soft pull because you're going from lender to lender, and if they're doing hard pulls, it takes your credit down.
That's right.
True. And
That's deep.
Speaking of credit, as far as real estate investing, to the way to make the most money, Jalen, let's say if you got a 700 credit score and you got assets of about $30,000 in credit, me and you get along just fine because we can buy $1,000 house, and if you got $30,000 in credit and I can do the work, most investors can't put a nail to a hammer, so it might cost them $25,000 to $30,000, $40,000 to fix a house. We could buy $1,000 house and spend no more than $6,000. I actually just finished up a house that was on the teardown list. We bought it for $1,000. The end budget was about $6,300, and the house is worth $45,000. So having somebody that can do the work will put you so much further ahead of the curve. Like right now, something that might cost somebody $30,000 as an investment be less than 10 for me. Me and Stefan actually got a property that we about to get moving on next weekend. After doing the walkthrough, I think our budget is no more than $4,000, and we can't beat that.
That's just material.
Yeah, and that's the good thing. We're just paying for material. We don't have any labor
ourselves.
Exactly. So if you got good credit, find a contractor. If you're a realtor, it's good to have a contractor because, like Stefan, both you guys got the real estate knowledge and know where to buy it, and I got the knowledge of how to put it together and keep the cost down low, and that's how you stay ahead and investing as a good team.
Okay.
So my question for that is this. Okay, if I buy a house from Land Bank, I bid on it, I get it. So I'm really throwing the dice. I don't really know what the cost to repair that a house is. So can I find a house that's a fix up and take a look at that house before I purchase this and make that assessment of what is this actually going to cost me to renovate it, and then what will be my profit margin once I sell it?
So that's part of your team. So my job will be to go in there and get the numbers and tell you how much we're going to spend. And like Jalen or Stefan will have the value after the repair. So as a contractor, the first job is to go in and get the budget, because if you don't hire a contractor, a house might look really good on the outside, but can have a foundation that's terrible. $20,000 repair. And that can instantly put you in a negative.
So any of these websites, can I actually go look at a Land Bank house or some website that I can find a house for cheap? Can I go look at that house and make that assessment before I make the bid?
Most people will do a drive-by with the Land Bank. Actually, me and Stefan went inside of a house we were trying to purchase earlier, and that's step one. Most Land Bank houses are wide open. You can go in there and just see the condition.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna cut you
Okay.
off.
Let's screw the
So
door.
this is a gem that only people who watching Boss Talk know. So the land bank on the website, you can request a property
A
viewing.
viewing.
It costs $40. You pay $40. You can
Oh,
actually
that's
have
what-
somebody
that's
meet you
it.
there and unlock the property.
That's
And
what
that's
I'm
when you get your
asking.
contract estimate. Are we not convincing nobody breaking these
Okay.
land
So,
bank
yeah,
houses?
because it's not
Because look,
legal to do that.
there you go. And if the neighbors call the police on you, it'll be the lamest L you can take.
Okay,
Trying
so
to get
for
some money.
$40, I can make that assessment.
Yeah, you can schedule a viewing on the land bank with the direct property.
Yeah, because when you go to the house that you're gonna make a bid on, if you scroll down bottom right, it say request property viewing. This is a gem I'm dropping.
Okay,
I'm
that's
gonna
a
just save a
huge
lot of
gem.
wasted time, and I don't want nobody to go to jail trying to get no money. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. Good save, Jalen. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Appreciate
like,
that.
I'll tell them right back.
Yeah, you could do that, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, well, when it ain't
Where I'm
land
from.
bank, man, you can break in. If it ain't a land bank property, you know somebody who don't care about the house, and they tell you break in, then that's a different story. Just say you're buying one of my properties, and I'm just don't care about it. Come break
Okay.
in. Yeah,
don't break in, just visit the property.
But also, one thing I want to add too.
But before, go ahead. Excuse me, Sal. But you also want to do an inspection as well. You know,
Same thing.
Yeah, you want to get an inspection done.
You're gonna get your pre-inspection. They 295 downtown at the Coleman A. Young building. Once you pay for that, they're going to contact you, or you can contact them to schedule that pre-inspection. Get the information that you're gonna need to repair the house, bring it up to code, and after that, get working.
Yes, the city inspection. I'm shout my guy out. The Mayor Home Inspections asked for my guy Gentry. He one of the best home inspectors. Whether you're doing a investment property or a personal property, the only problem with him, he might be booked up. He that good. Like he's gonna thoroughly inspect the house from the foundation to the tip top point of the roof. He actually gonna climb up there, get in the attic. He gonna go in all the closets, open every door, see
That's
every
right.
paint that's chipped. You can contact him through me. Contact him if you need an inspector.
I
That's
ain't trying to start
different
no
stuff.
competition, but I also want to shout out my guy because I was doing some home inspections today with D Lee at AAA Investments. He also do home inspections. Showed me how to do a home inspection. We was climbing up in attics today. Showed me a lot about the furnace. Did a lot today in home inspections. So a great guy. I'm learning from just to do home inspections, and I know he do home inspections as well. So that's another great asset to have if you're looking to get a home inspection.
Yes, indeed.
That's good. We need all that information. They need all of it. So, Sal,
What's going on?
what do I need to know before contracting my house?
As far as what in what area you referring to?
Just contracting it. What do I need to know before I appoint people to do the jobs that's contracting to get my house
working on
up?
it.
Okay. So step one is you got to make sure you got a good contractor with a good track record.
Okay.
First, you need to assess what's the most important things that need to get fixed, and you got to know the order of getting them fixed. So if you hiring a contractor, you shouldn't have to jump through 5, 6, 7, 8 people. Your contractor is supposed to hold that down for you. So that's the contractor's job, just to make sure that it's a right investment. Make sure that you're not going to spend too much money. Make sure you're not over investing, paying attention to the area, securing the materials and things like that.
Okay. That's good information. That's
How do you
what we
know if
need
you got
to
a good contractor? How do you know that?
Definitely with references. Step one, you want to call some references, see their portfolio, and usually if somebody is available tomorrow, they're probably not a good contractor. Good contractors are booked, and some people don't understand that. You know, if somebody got to wait, it's usually for a reason. If somebody does good work, they're going to stay booked out. So if somebody say, I can come out tomorrow, or if they just way too cheap, that's a big red flag you need to pay attention to.
Okay.
I'm gonna say don't be scared to take a loss. So you to build your contracting team. A lot of people got stories as real estate investor where the contractor and ran off with their deposit.
Yeah.
Don't be scared. Listen, don't be scared for that to happen. Like, you might end up finding a real plug, somebody who really is the cheapest, dirt cheap. You gotta not be scared to meet new people, and you gotta don't do anything. Like, if somebody tell you they need 50% down and you got no reference from them, and they ain't even lifted a finger and they asked them for money, be wary of them. But I'm just saying, don't be scared at all, because at the end of the goal, you're going to see your money return. So, yeah, you're going to have to lose the win. That's what life, period. So I'm just saying, if you're looking to get in real estate investing, if you got that cousin, I would say give him a shot. Now, if he do sloppy work, cut him. But if he do good work, might just found a good contractor. So just whatever in your face, definitely use it. You got a lot of people got stuff in their face that they don't use. So use all your elements and use everything you can got. I forgot what I'm trying to say, but use what's in front of you.
Right, because my contractor, he not very communicative. He behind schedule on the project that he said was going to take 3 weeks. And it's been 4.5 weeks leading into 5.
So you got a contractor.
And I paid him a deposit.
And sales sitting right here.
Man.
Sorry, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the other day.
So my question is, what should I do?
Call sales.
Cut him.
Call
me.
That deadline thing is big, man. I got a guy that I'm close to like family. I don't want to cut it to him bad. You my guy for sure if you see this. I love you, bro, but you got to meet these dates, man. My project is supposed to be done in February. Like, he do great work, though, so I can't get mad at him. And then going forward, we're going to do some good business. But the dates is a big thing, bro.
Yes, that is.
True. To defend the contractor to a certain extent, sometimes it's you want quality or quantity. You know what I mean? Sometimes you might want your bathroom redone and it look like a 2-day job and find out the plumbing terrible or a foundation shook. Some things are just unforeseen and you can't blame it all on the contractor, or you at least got to know how to do the work or how long it should take before you kind of try to be expeditious with them. So before you hound the contractor, just make sure you understand how long it takes, the process, what's going on. But some people definitely take way too long. So you just got to stay in the loop, know other contractors or people that's in the industry and say, hey, what's the going rate for this? How long should this job take? Come check this out. And that's kind of how you learn as you go. But finding a good contractor definitely can be difficult.
That gave me some good questions. Do you need a contractor? What if I have builders that can do it? I got the blueprints. Do I really need a contractor? Is a contractor just a quarterback? Is he doing physical labor? What is the benefit to having a contractor? And the other question is, do you legally need a contractor in order to build a house?
Well, a builder is a contractor, and legally to build something brand new, you do need a contractor. So a gym right here, if you buy a land bank house, if you strip the whole thing down to the studs, now you got to pull a permit because it's considered a new build. But if you don't tear everything down to the studs, it's considered a renovation. So you don't need a contractor and you don't need any permits at that point. So some contractors are hands-on and they'll do the work themselves with a crew. And some contractors have directions from a builder. Like right now I'm under a builder on my way to being a builder. So he's like the coach, I'm like the quarterback. If he says, okay, today's assignment is we got to install 10 doors, do this many windows, build a deck, you know, it'd be my job to take the crew, analyze what we got to do. And he handles the blueprints and just, it's my job to be hands-on, but also be the management to control like the timeline, make sure everything is going on track and stuff like that. So it's my job to communicate to the builder on what's going on.
Okay. So you're paying the contractor a premium to be the quarterback. Is that the purpose of the contractor? Is he in the budget? How does that work?
It's a couple of different ways. So one way you could do is you could buy the house and the materials and you could tell the contractor and say, I'll split this flip with you 50-50 if you do the work, and once the house sell, we could split it. Some people, you'll have a contractor and they'll say, I need this, this, and this done. So as a contractor, I may have a crew. And let's say my worker charged me $75 to install a window. A contractor will turn around and say, your price is $130 for a window, just for finding the work and taking on the liability, because that's what a contractor does, is take on the liability. So I got $1 million liability insurance because at the end of the day, if I do something wrong or somebody under me, I'm responsible for that. So the contractor is getting paid for their time, their expertise, the liability. And at the end of the day, the contractor is responsible and not the subcontractor.
And that's contractors great. Are licensed professionals. What are their credentials should look like?
It depends on experience. Some contractors are licensed builders. Some contractors are under licensed builders. Just kind of depend on what the flip is, what you're doing. Some contractors just have a builder's license and can't do no work and sub everything out. Some contractors can do everything. I got some specialties, the things I'm not fully proficient in. I'm still learning. I've been learning some carpentry, some plumbing, and things like that. So you just stick with your contractor as they grow. I'm honest on what I can do and what I can't do independently. So if you got a good contractor, stick with them and move along. And having a team is key for sure.
Okay. So if it's something you don't know, then you'll go find the person that does.
Yeah, I know somebody that does everything.
Yeah, I was about to say
Okay.
that. He probably got somebody on his team already. Most likely,
Yeah.
with him being a contractor, he probably got that aspect already filled. If he need a plumber, he know who to call. If he need an electrician, he know who to call. So
Absolutely.
Good answer.
So we wrapping it up today.
We touched a lot today, man. I want to drop a gem. The real goal in real estate, man, is never be scared to learn. And also, man, just always, you're not going to learn until you try. That's a big thing I want to say. And never let nobody steer you wrong who had a bad experience. I got guys all day who tell me I messed up. That's just because you didn't take your time. Even if you buy a house in a rough neighborhood, this is probably the longest real estate investment ever. If you buy a house in the worst neighborhood ever, probably 20 years from now, it's something. 20 years, I'm telling you, like 20 years, you crazy. But you got to just wait till you can get your investment back or more. Don't make a stupid move. We playing chess in real estate. It's not checkers. You're not going to buy this, sell this, buy this, sell this, buy this. You might hold some of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the gem I'm going to leave you with. Any real estate questions, you can contact anybody at this table, and we will direct you to the right source.
With the team.
All right. In the
Like I said,
podcast, I just got a smoke. Oh, go ahead, Stefan.
Go ahead. Sir.
Okay. Just wanted to leave a little message about dedication, because in real estate investing, dedication is key. So history repeats itself. If you touch back in real estate investing, sometimes people would think you crazy for the vision that you believe in the area. Back in the time, people thought the earth was flat, and they said you was crazy if you thought it was round. People said Jeff Bezos was crazy for trying to sell books on the internet because it was new. People said Facebook was crazy. If you said 10 years ago that McDonald's would come right to your door and deliver some food, I'll say you was crazy. If you said 20 years ago I would have a phone that don't have no buttons, we would think it was crazy. We said that we got internet in the air, we would think it was crazy. So I say all that to say is right now, what you see, other people might not be able to receive it, and they might think that you're crazy. But if you stay dedicated and remember your vision and stay true to it, it'll be the normal at some point. Just think about Bitcoin. You said that 20 years ago, people thought it was crazy. Now it's a new way of
2012,
life.
I thought it was crazy because it was $128 when I was in college.
Exactly.
Hurt.
So
Right now, I think it's crazy that we as a black community is not getting into these houses. So that's what I want us to tap into. Get into these houses in the city of Detroit. Let's build it up. Let's bring it back.
I love
that's a
that.
gem. I like that.
Last
And,
thing I
and
gotta say-
my gym is play a financial strategic game. You can buy a house that you can easily afford, but you want to play the game to build your credit so you can afford to do that next flip. You want to leverage your money. So let's say you buy a house, you can pay double payments because let's say it's $500. You can make the mortgage payment, then you can make another $500 payment on the interest, and you can beat the interest. What you're doing there is you're building your credit, and at the same time, you're making the house cost you less than it would. And it also looks good to banks, people who will give you mortgages, because they'll see that not only did you pay it on time, but you paid twice as much. And, they're going to look at you as a viable option to lend you more money for yet another mortgage. So you're playing a game with your credit, and the credit game is real. You get your credit score at 750 or above, and you're able to basically leverage a lot of properties and do a lot of investments in property. So don't underestimate your own credit and get in the game where you fit in. Get started.
What do I need? What do I need?
One of my gyms. That's what
Yeah,
you need.
what do I need to so I'm getting properties credit wise?
Credit wise, you can get into a property with a low credit score. You know what I mean? They're going to look at charge offs and other things as well, but your credit needs to be clean. So you can
Clean it up.
cleaned up, absolutely cleaned up. So bottom line, you don't owe anybody any money. So let's say your credit score is low, it's in the 600s, you still can get a property because you don't owe anybody any money. Your interest rate may be a little bit higher, but you're getting in the game, and that house is going to build your credit. So, make an investment property. People go out here and buy Prada, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and they're not realizing that they could be
take
putting
your money to the people that you owe. Don't take it to Prada, Gucci, Louis, and Saks Fifth. Take it to the people that you owe so you can build your credit, get that paid off, and we can get you in the house.
And take your money to the Boss Talk team. We have expert real estate investors, contractors, realtors. Right here, you can take your money and you can make it grow because this is what we know how to do. We can get your credit repaired, and I can find you the money to buy.
The extras can go to Gucci, Louis.
Let me drop a jewel.
All the designer.
Let me
extras.
Drop a gem.
Last jewel.
Last gem. Last jewel.
Let's get it.
All right. Let me think of something. Bam, I got one. All right. The cheapest thing to buy or the cheapest thing to rent, is a person. Become a boss.
This last thing, the last words.
One more.
Let's win. They print more of it, so it's enough for everybody to go get it. Let's win. I'm saying that for
No.
everybody.
Now is the time. 1.9 trillion is being put into the economy. Listen, everybody that's on unemployment, you can take that money and buy property with it. You're going to get that money probably into August. You get a few grants along the way, and you in a property.
And we got something for our unemployment people. Let's get it.
Yeah,
let's go.
That's weird. Boss talk.
Boss talk.
Boss talk.
Make a move, make it better.
Yeah. Forget the rest.
Are y'all feeling better?
You're rocking with the best radio station on the planet. SDM Live Unplugged.